I don't go into a horror movie with the expectations of being scared. The things that scare me today are waking up at 3 in the morning and finding out that my sleep paralysis demon is nowhere to be found. I mean, who else is gonna protect me as I sleep? That and being in the gym all alone early in the morning and going for a new bench PR, knowing that no one is gonna come and save me if I fuck up. Nowadays, I need my horror movies to psychologically mindfuck me sideways to the point that I trip out on balls, or I'm left feeling uncomfortable and disturbed. Obsession has definitely done the latter for me. At the time of this recording, the Knicks have become the 2026 NBA champions, the city of New York is buzzing, and I finally decided that it was a good time to step up and to see if Obsession was nearly as good as what everyone was making it out to be. Spoilers, but it was. I am now obsessed with Obsession. Forget horror movies actually, this might have been one of the better movies that I've seen in quite some time. Now this video isn't gonna be a video essay, nor is it gonna be a review. I am simply here to talk about this movie that I really enjoyed. You might as well consider this an open journal. Going into this movie, the only things that I knew about it was the budget being low as hell, in addition to these two facial expressions of Indy Navarrete. I can go on and on and on and easily dick ride Indy's phenomenal performance, but something's telling me that people have been doing that for like a whole month at this point, so I'm not gonna do that. It should go without saying, but spoilers ahead for Obsession. The main reason why I'm doing this video is because of Bear. Initially, in some ways, I imagine that a lot of people can relate to Bear. We've all had a crush at some point. Some of us might have been too shy with expressing those feelings for that person that they were crushing on, whether it's because of uncertainty, lack of confidence, fear of being forever friend-zoned. I couldn't help but feel for him, until the movie went on. The man knows he's ignoring red flags left and right that are straight punching him straight in his shit, and he very well damn knows that he's in a peculiar situation with his relationship with Nikki, but he's the one that's so obsessed with her that he's unable to part ways with her. I couldn't be the protagonist in any of these movies because these shits would end so damn fast. The second Nikki comes over with this crying in my home bullshit, my dick would have been on soft. Honestly, the most I would have done for her was try and comfort her and then give her a ride back home. But the second she tells me that she's going through some shit mentally because her father is ill, I'm not thinking about being in a relationship because it's a typical recipe for disaster. As we see in this movie, it can breed an unhealthy practice of codependency. I mean, God, look at this, look what the hell you did! You pissed and shat all over Granny's carpet! Have you no home training, bitch? Before I go any further, I want to say that this entity that has taken over Nikki's body, I'm just gonna straight up call her Freaky Nikki, okay? And then ordinary Nikki, just straight up Nikki. The One Wish Willow is so fucked up. It's so fucked up. I'm guessing the wording that Bear used made it to the point that Nikki couldn't even operate without Bear by her side. Like seriously, when I was watching it, I'm like, okay, she's either gonna go stalk Bear and then see Bear and Sarah talking and then get like real jealous and do some crazy shit, or she's gonna stand in place and wait for him to come home. She has no agency outside of Bear being there. I just want to point out that this is a red flag that I myself could not have ignored. Like, yeah, you're just gonna wait for me the whole day standing in the same spot that I left you in? And you're gonna piss and shit all over Granny's? Okay, man. Okay. For me, the point of no return, even if my self-esteem was lower than the Bikini Bottom, and I was at my max level of affection with my crush, would be if she fed me my deceased pet. I mean, yo, what the fuck? That would be the end of the relationship, and I figure that would be the case with any other sane person, right? Tell me I'm right. But that's the thing, Bear is far from sane. And you know what? To some degree, I guess I can kinda understand. Maybe. The level of toxicity that some people can handle can vary, okay? True story though. I had a girlfriend who looked me dead in the eyes with a menacing smile and threatened to cut off my balls if I interacted specifically with another woman who she secretly had beef with. That was the only threat she had ever given me. I admit, I might have been a bit colorblind back then because I still stayed in that toxic relationship for like another year and change. But my point is, she never fed me my dead fucking dog. I get that this was all supposed to be a twisted form of love, but what about this is love? Seriously, feeding me my deceased pet? Yeah, that's a twisted form of love? It's just twisted. Anyway, Freaky Nikki, I have no qualms with you. Seriously, the girl is not herself. She is not the actual Nikki. In fact, Nikki is imprisoned in her own body, being completely helpless to Bear's wish. Nikki's not even a passenger in the car. I mean, if she is, she's completely knocked out. So aside from a few moments where Nikki is actually able to glitch into her body, she is not seeing or having any control of anything. Which really makes Bear taking advantage of this whole situation really gross and uncomfortable. Then again, even if Nikki was self-aware of everything that was happening, that would be pretty fucked up too, so yeah, the whole situation is pretty shitty. When Freaky Nikki's asleep and then Nikki herself tries to reach out to Bear and tells him to kill her, that might be the only point in the movie where I could shoot Bear a little bit of bail. Because given all of the crazy and weird shit that's been going on with Nikki, he can just chalk it up to Freaky Nikki just being weird. Bear getting punched in the face with the red flag revelation that Freaky Nikki was lying about her father having cancer, and him just accepting it and continue to be in a relationship? Absolutely ridiculous. Movie aside, if you're early in a relationship with someone and you're already seeing them lying about shit that they have no reason to be lying about, you're better off just picking up your bags and dipping the fuck out of there. Because if they're doing that this early in a relationship, it's... But Bear doesn't care, his thirsty ass, sick ass self. No bullshit, Bear is the type of person who would be in a burning home with a wide open door in front of him, but he'll pretend he doesn't see it, and instead tries to put out the fire one glass of water at a time. He desperately tries to make the best of an abysmal situation. It's almost impressive. The most disturbing part of this entire movie, which was also kind of funny, was when Bear woke up in the middle of the night and Nikki was hiding in the corner of the room watching him sleep. Probably rubbing one out like a freak. Personally, I'd feel more at ease seeing my sleep paralysis demon clocking in for its shift than whatever the fuck Nikki was doing. The way Freaky Nikki was acting seriously gave me flashback to Doki Doki Literature Club, where homegirl was talking about cutting and crawling into your skin just to be close to you and have you all to herself. There's no reason for anyone to put up with this sort of shit. I don't care how good they look, this will never be worth it. This was another red flag for Bear to be like, okay, enough of this experiment, this shit is wrong and I need to put a stop to it. Personally, you're not staying at my place yelling at me, and even worse than that, you're not standing in the dark corner of a room watching me as I sleep. You could literally do that in the bed right beside me and it would be way less creepy. How is the corner of a room a better view than being next to me? Why would you do that? Why? Because you're over there rubbing one out, you freaky little shit. Oh yeah, and this reverse walking shit right here was probably the second most disturbing thing in this entire movie for me. But again, I would have tossed her ass out way before she even got to this point of freaking me out. I truly wonder just how far Bear would have been willing to go if Freaky Nikki didn't kill Sarah or Ian. The thing with Bear is that despite all of the weird spooky shit that he invited into his life with his wish, he knows that the person that's obsessed with him isn't Nikki. He literally tells Freaky Nikki to just be Nikki.
I can't be Nikki. Just be Nikki.
He knows the person that he's dealing with is only wearing Nikki's skin. He knows that the real Nikki wasn't into him, and he's okay with that. I'm sure people look at the beginning where Nikki presses Bear to confess that he likes her, and sees that as an excuse of Nikki to finally confess her own feelings for him as well. But no.
Get your girl home safe.
Ew, don't say it like that.
Because of the information that we got, we learned that Nikki only saw Bear as a little brother, and she was also smashing Ian on the side. All of that definitely had to have played a part in Bear wanting to hold on to this version of Nikki because he knows that he didn't have a chance with her outside of this messed up situation. With how the One Wish Willow works, there's probably no real way to help Nikki besides her or Bear dying, as it was explained. But at no point did Bear try to get this poor girl some help. There was no attempt. He was seriously willing to keep putting up with the bullshit if it meant that he could still have Nikki. With all of the wacky and disturbing things that freaky Nikki had going on and the awkward and uncomfortable moments with her didn't even bother me as much as the thought of Bear being okay with all of it. Yeah, freaky Nikki freaks you out and catches some bodies in the movie, but Bear comes off as the real problem. His obsession makes you dislike him, at least for me anyway. But Bear still wanting to be with Nikki just shows how helpless and pathetic he truly is. Calling Bear the true villain of this movie has to be the coldest take ever because I don't know how you walk out of the movie thinking any differently. Anyway, I'm glad that I got to experience this movie in theaters. All of the praise and coverage that this movie has gotten is truly well deserved. To take something as simple and innocent as a crush and turn that premise into a horror movie, while not one of the most genius things ever, its execution was absolutely incredible. With how wild things had gone with Bear and Freaky Nikki as a result of the One Wish Willow, it makes you wonder just how bad Bear's wish was compared to other customers. You would think that people would be out there making insane, selfish wishes. Maybe people would have been out there in that world making up some half-hearted choking wishes like I wish my dog could talk to me, or I wish I was 4 inches taller, or I wish my shit was 4 inches longer with 3/4 inch of girth increased. But then we got Bear over here ruining people's lives. Man literally could have wished for more confidence and he would have been way better off.